Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for mid-July 2023. Yes, I almost just said June, but let's see. You have this Beyond the Ordinary card and this Higher View card. I feel good about this reading already, yes. Kind of like your last reading. I feel a lot of you are stepping into an abundant time here. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I do feel that like what you're working on, or maybe you have some ideas. And these ideas that you could be working on are going to be more successful, especially for those of you looking for money. Yes. This is definitely something new, though. I feel for some of you that you're getting new opportunities, or a new opportunity is opening up for you in, mostly in work or business. This could require travel as well, by the way. So some of you might be moving, or you might have to travel. I also feel like this is something that could be happening over like the next year, by the way. So it might be one of those things where it takes a little bit of time to get it going. It's like maybe your boss wants to like transfer you to another, part of the company, but maybe you have to move to do it. And it kind of just looks like a process to me, like something that maybe it doesn't happen right away. So that might only be for a few of you, by the way. And again, it'll be a big opportunity. So I would take it, is what this reading is kind of saying, for a lot of you. And that's kind of like where I feel like this is going. You also have the Empress. I do feel you have that Beyond the Ordinary card, which says, like, don't be afraid to be different, or don't be afraid to live your life in a different way. The Empress is very abundant. So I feel like there are a lot of, abundant opportunities coming in for you here, but they're not going to be usual. I feel like they're going to be unusual types of opportunities that are coming in for you, but very abundant nonetheless. And again, if you're nurturing anything into existence, the Empress is very nurturing. The Ace of Pentacles, I always say, is like a garden. It's something that needs to be nurtured into existence. It's something, when you think about it, if you have a garden, you have to water it, fertilize it, give it sun, feed it, all that other stuff so it grows well. And so there could be something coming in for you that you're really going to have to be patient with, number one. But I feel like it's going to provide many harvests. Let's put it that way. It looks to me like you're attracting something into your life that is going to be that is going to make you very happy. We go to the Three of Wands down to the Ten of Cups. Even if you don't want love, it doesn't matter. The Ten of Cups can just be your happily ever after. It can be something that provides you with a lot of happiness and abundance and joy and a lot of reasons to be happy. Three of Wands, card of expansion. So it doesn't really matter what you want. I don't think this reading is talking about just one thing either. I think it's, talking about your life in general. And I feel like you've been patient. I feel like you've been putting in the work, but it's like now, it's kind of funny because I do feel this reading is saying now you're putting in like the real work. I'm not saying that you haven't been working all along. I feel like you have, but there's something different about it. Maybe this is just better work, or maybe you know more because you're more experienced. Because you're more experienced, I feel like the Magician is saying now you have more tools at your disposal. You're like smarter than you were and all that other good stuff. So because of that, I feel that is the reason that you are kind of, it's like because of that is why you are about to step into this time of being much more successful. Still going to be work, like I said, but, I definitely like where this is going. I would make sure with that Magician to use all your tools. The Magician, he has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. So, he uses all the tools at his disposal to be very successful. And I would do that if I were you. With the Empress here, you have the Tower. The Tower, by the way, I'm using the Lenormand to clarify this. The Tower is not really like the Tower in the tarot. It's more of a card of kind of like isolation, and it's also a card of something that stands out. I always say that in the Lenormand, the Tower stands above the clouds. It's kind of like almost, there could be some confusion in your life, but it is like a beacon. It is something that stands out, something that you can kind of aim at, if that makes sense. And I kind of feel that here. I do feel that there could also be, you could be feeling isolated. It is a card of isolation. You could be feeling a little bit lonely at this time, but I feel like there are people who want to spend time with you. You have the Ten of Cups, so, don't be afraid to reach out to friends and all that other stuff. Maybe you're being too much of a hermit as well, so, I wouldn't do that if I were you. With the Strength card, you have the Dog. This is a card of loyalty and friendship, so, again, another card of community as well in the Lenormand. You have the Page of Cups. So, again, if you want love, I do feel like there's love here. I don't really feel it's a major focus, of course, but, like I said, if you want it, it's here. If you just want friendship or, to spend time with people, I would do that as well. I feel people, want to spend time with you. I feel like you just have to open up a little bit more. You have the Hermit, the Two of Swords, close off energy. Next, with the Magician, you have the Book. I literally said that you are smarter, right, on that Magician card, so There you go. The book in the Lenormand really kind of represents hidden or like secret information. Normally on like most Lenormand decks, the book is closed and it can represent like secrets and things like that, but it's not really hidden or secret. It's more just information that you have to look for. I always say, because of all the energy that we've had running through Capricorn for years, we had Saturn in Capricorn starting in 2016. We had, Pluto's retrograding into Capricorn right now, but it's been there forever. And, all that other stuff. What I would say is Capricorn energy, it's like we have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold. We have to really, do our research and educate ourselves. But the people who do it will be successful. The people who don't won't. It's just that simple, Capricorn. Next, we are going to just look at these cards. I'm doing a free flow reading, by the way. I'm not labeling these rows. You have this pessimistic attitude card. It says, see only the problem to justify why things can't change. It says, become more aware of the trap that your language creates, and don't be so quick to look at all the negatives, instead thinking about all the positives that could come from a particular situation. You have this card that says, in the works. It has already begun. Nothing else to be done. What you want wants you. Yes, I mean, this is basically the feeling I get in this reading. I do feel there's more work to be done, though. But this is like real work. I feel for a long time, maybe you've been in training, and it's like now you're actually, the universe is, kind of putting you out there and really getting you to put in the real work. And this work, I feel you will see results very, very quickly. So it's not like you're doing work for no reason. I feel that there are results that are going to happen. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Hermit. Again, I was getting like the word harvest here. I feel like you're going to have many harvests. Whatever you're working on, it's going to be something that provides probably for a lifetime. And, I would keep nurturing whatever it is that you're working on, whether it's your career, a business, your health. All those things I feel will really be paying you back. I would nurture everything in your life, health, wealth, happiness, like, the big three, right? That's what I would choose, is all those things, and also relationships. And I'm not just talking about love, but, relationships are very important. We are humans. We are meant to have relationships with people. So you always get comments from people that are like, I hate people, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, you need to go get therapy. No shade either, right? I totally support it. My mom's a psychologist, right? But if you hate people that much, then you need therapy. We are meant to be around people. We are, tribal creatures. That's what we do. So if you don't like that, I don't know. Deal with it. But what I would say is I would nurture those, like the big four in your life, because I feel like you're going to get results quickly at this time. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion. Again, I get that feeling of like, again, the universe putting you into the real thing. It's like you've been training almost for a very long time through life. And now the universe is like, okay, now it's time to take the risk and, play with the big boys, right? And now it's time to get out there and expand and take bigger risks. Like I said, in all areas of your life. It doesn't matter what, but, I would start putting in the work to do it. Again, I feel some of you have to get out of hermit mode, like if you've been spending too much time at home, or if you've been feeling isolated because you have that Tower card, which is a card of isolation. I do feel it is time for you to like go the other direction and step out into the world, do new things, don't be so isolated and stuff like that, right? So let's see what is going on for you here. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Scythe. The Scythe is a card of cutting something out of your life. It can also represent something being removed from your life. I actually see you removing a lot of things from your life with this card. I kind of get more devil vibes as well, which is your card, but, I feel like you're seeing the little things that waste time for you. I feel like you're seeing the little things that kind of, add up to big things that end up taking up too much time. And so I feel like you're developing better habits. Actually, that's not normally considered a good card, but intuitively, I feel like it's good for you. So I don't know, go for it. You have you cannot make this stuff up. With the Three of Wands, look at what that card says. It says garden on it. Like, are you kidding? So, that's what I'd be doing. It's also, by the way, the garden is a card of socializing, spending time with people, celebrating, partying, like all those things. So it is clearly time for you to go be around people. I feel there could be a lot of benefits from doing that, is what I'd say. But also, we've been talking about a garden this whole entire time. So there you go. With the Hermit, you have the Man. The Man could literally represent a man entering into your life. It doesn't have to be, though. Again, general reading. I don't attach gender to my card. So, again, whatever you're into. If you're into men, women, aliens, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, as long as you're happy, right? So I would just go for it. I feel there could be love coming in for you, but you're not going to find this person in hermit mode right here. I would also say, I do feel some of you could be expecting someone who is in hermit mode, so I mean, there could be a person coming in who is in hermit mode, so that's obviously, there's nothing you can do there if they're hiding. I also feel it could be a Virgo, so there you go. Could also be an Aries, I'm getting. Next you have this unexpected visitor card. I keep wanting to label these rows, and I told myself, no, we're doing a free flow for the middle of the month, but whatever. And you also have this wide open card. So again, there could be an unexpected visitor, someone who enters into your life. I do feel there could be love coming in for you. So like I said, there could be someone who's kind of like popping up into your life. I feel like you're open to it, actually, with that wide open card. You do have the Two of Swords, which can represent being guarded, like she's trying to protect her heart. We literally see that in the reading. We go Two of Swords to Three of Swords. The Scythe could say that maybe you were blindsided in a relationship, which, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I recently said to you that maybe you were blindsided by a person in a relationship. And again, that the Scythe in the Lenormand is like a sudden removal. It's, it's almost like a Tower moment. Not quite, but, it's something just being chopped right out of your life. And so she has her swords over her heart. She's trying to protect her heart. And we go to the Three of Swords, again, heartbroken, or, kind of needing to forgive the past. But I'm almost wondering, like, look, this guy here is making an offer over here. So, this could be a person who kind of pulls you out of this, protection mode. And it's not that you don't have to protect yourself, but, I feel like this person maybe opens you up. Maybe they help you kind of heal from a situation. That's what could be going on here. I wouldn't wait too long. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. And the Knight of Pentacles can be a little bit too slow moving. So again, if you like this person, I would open up here. But, at the same time, I don't think you have to overinvest. Knight of Pentacles, I feel you could make this person a little nervous. Like if you, like maybe you're, kind of is giving me the energy that this person has dealt with people who wasted their time. So, if they feel like you're wasting their time, and I'm not saying you are, Capricorn, I'm just saying, if they feel like that it's taking too long and you're not opening up, I feel like they'll run away. So again, don't miss out on something that's good for you. You have the Ten of Cups here, love. So, for some of you, there really could be a celebration. And, Ten of Cups to me is fortune after difficulty. To me, it's a really good card. It's a card of like happiness, joy, good things coming in for you. So there could be a very solid connection coming in here, but again, you're gonna have to be open to it, and I feel it could lead to a celebration. I also just feel, for a lot of you in general, I feel like that these, it's like there's harvests coming in for you that are just bringing in happiness. This could be financial. So, love it. Let's see. With the Page of Cups, you have the Anchor. The Anchor is a card of safety. As I always say, anchor on a boat, when you think about it, when a ship comes into a harbor, it puts down its anchor where it is safe so that it doesn't drift away, right? So this could be a person who really wants like a commitment, or someone who's very stable and secure, or someone who really wants something kind of like good in their life. So definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you with that card. With the Two of Swords, you have the Birds. This is a card of gossip and communication. I don't really personally consider this to be a bad card in general, but it can represent gossip. I feel this is just saying that there needs to be communication, or that there will be communication. I'm also getting here, Capricorn, that I would pay attention to those messages that might not seem important. Like you might be getting messages from like in your dreams or your daydreams. And I feel this is saying, don't like discount your intuition. I think that usually if we don't listen to our intuition, we usually regret that. So I do feel it's saying, make sure to pay attention to your intuition. Next, with the Ten of Cups, you have this Bees card. This is not a Lenormand card. There are a couple Oracle cards in this deck, and this just represents like sweetness, sweet results, all those other things. So you could be attracting a very like sweet person is what I'm getting here. I also feel, it's also a card of hard work. Like bees are considered workers, like worker bees. So, I feel you could be attracting a person who really puts in the work into relationships. But I also feel that there's, number one, I wouldn't just work. You might be working too much right now. And that could be why this need to socialize is showing up. So I would make sure that you're doing things in balance. But I also feel you could be attracting a person. This card is Virgo in this deck as well. You could be attracting a person who really puts in the work, who really wants to work on the connection, or who really wants to develop a connection. So looks good to me for love if you want it. Next, you have this Weavers. It says Weavers share their magic tea, and you also have this card that says a painting joy across the sky. It kind of reminds me of like what is above the Ten of Cups, this card right here, and there are cups over here. So I feel all you need to do is move towards your happiness. I always say on the Ten of Cups that the whole point of the Ten of Cups, I'll show you, is that they're standing in the real world and they're choosing to be happy. It's different than just being happy. So there are 1,000,001 reasons to be negative. Again, you have this card that says, what did it say here? It says pessimistic attitude, right? So I would make sure that you're keeping it positive at this time. There's going to be 1,000,000 reasons to not be happy, like I said. But, I would focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. And that's what these cards are saying, because that's what you're going to get. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Some of you definitely went through a hard separation. Again, I get that, and I feel like you're healing from it. I feel like you've been healing from it. I feel like you've been going through it. Maybe someone blindsided you or totally kind of surprised you with whatever happened. And I feel the Three of Swords is a healing. The Three of Swords, those swords are in your own heart. They represent needing to remove those swords from your heart so that you can find, happiness, joy, all sorts of stuff. And that's what I'd be doing here with this Three of Swords. Next, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card that can represent a separation, but to me, it's also a card of taking a risk. And I really feel that's what's going on here with that Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles has all the information he needs to be very successful on what he is about to do, but he has to take the risk to do it. He's not making any moves here. He's the only knight in the tarot that represents no movement. So it is time for you to take some sort of risk. I feel like it is time for you to kind of like take a leap of faith. And that's what I'd be doing here with the Knight of Pentacles. He has these empty fields behind him. It's like, there's your garden right there. All he has to do is plant seeds in those fields and they will grow. That's literally what the Knight of Pentacles represents. He needs to start building a harvest. And I feel there are many harvests coming in for you. And that's what this whole entire reading is about. So there you go. Pretty simple reading. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the ring. The ring represents a commitment. Could be marriage. It can represent marriage. This is the Ace of Clubs in the playing card reading system as well. And they kind of represent the same thing. But, what I would say here is that I feel that the universe is asking you to make a full commitment. It's kind of giving me Seven of Wands vibes, even though, again, that's not what this really represents. But the Seven of Wands, to me, is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is going to work for you, then it will work for you. But the belief comes first, right? This card can also represent your circle, like the people around you, your support circle, all that other stuff. And I feel like there are a lot more with the Ten of Cups here. I feel that there are a lot more people that want to support you than you realize. So, I would be open to support. I would be open to allowing people to help you and allowing people to guide you and, all that other good stuff here. Next, with the Five of Swords, you have this photograph card. This card is an oracle card. Again, it's not, real Lenormand card. It just has the past, the memories. You could be having a lot of past memories. As I've said to everyone, we have Venus retrograde on the 22nd of the month. So, it doesn't necessarily say you will go back to the past. It just says you could be having memories. You could be having thoughts, being triggered by thoughts and things like that. I would try to heal through those thoughts with this energy for sure. Next, with the Three of Swords here, you have the Bear. The Bear is a card of power. It's really, to me, it's a card of education as well. It's maybe not necessarily a traditional Lenormand meaning for the bear, although I kind of think it is. Normally, on a traditional Lenormand deck, there's a bear and two little baby bears with the mother bear, and she's kind of like educating them, making them, teaching them how to do things. And so I feel for a lot of you, sorry, I just dropped it. This is really talking about you having learned through experience, and now it's like you can use that experience to live your own life, to gain strength. The bear is a card of strength, or to become a leader as well. We're going to pull 5 main themes now with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. You have this idealism card. I feel like saying something what isn't as good as you thought it was. Like if you lost a person, over the past, little while here, or if someone blindsided you, I really feel it's like, I think you have this vision of maybe what it was or what it could have been. But really, I feel like it's not as good as you think. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius or someone who has Aquarius in their chart. You have this excitement card. Yes, Ten of Cups. I would be moving towards your Ten of Cups. I think everyone needs to do this right now. We all need to move towards excitement, enthusiasm, those types of things, because those are the feelings that will guide us right now. The problem is that, if you're excited about, I don't know, something ridiculous, and, you might judge yourself and you might say, oh, I can't go start this business that I want to start, whatever it is. It could be some sort of ridiculous idea that you think you're telling yourself it's ridiculous, but it might be genius. So, that's like the problem, I believe. And I talk about this all the time, how, it's like we are in a time where you kind of need to do something. I think everybody needs to do something that could be a little bit, not normal, or maybe people are judging it, like starting a business or whatever. You have this lust card. I would be careful of a past person that you have a very strong connection with. Again, maybe it's like this could be the type of person where you're like super angry at them. You don't want to deal with them anymore, but you're still super attracted to them at the same time. And, there could be a lot of desire there. I would be careful if you have a person like that. Next, you have this vision card. I think vision is super important right now. Trusting our vision. Also developing a vision, like of what happiness looks like to you. Again, you have that painting joy across the sky card with the 10 of cups here. I really feel there's something here with both of those cards that are saying, move towards your bliss, or create your own heaven on earth, right? Finally, you have this affair card. So this is actually positive love affair. It's not like a cheating affair. So I feel if you want love, that there could be a new love connection coming in for you. Do I see love in this reading? Not really. I feel like there's past love going on here. As I always say, to me, tarot is loose guidance at best. I could go to the store right now, ask every single person out in the store, and I will get love. It might not be what I want, but to me, it just proves that love is always available to you, right? So I guarantee you, I promise you, someone will say yes, right? If I asked every single person out. But again, it might not be what I want. So again, people always tell me that love isn't available. I'm like, actually it is. but maybe it's not what you want. So you need to get a little bit more clear on what you want. But what I would say here is I don't really necessarily see love here, but I do feel it's available to you. You have that Page of Cups, someone very safe, secure, comfortable. Maybe you have to take a risk of opening your heart to allow this person in. But pretty interesting reading. I would move towards the unusual. Like I said, that beyond the ordinary card. I would if you have any weird ideas, that's exactly what I'd be working on here, Capricorn. But I like where this is going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.